Okay, real quick, I want to throw my 2 cents in regarding Floyd Money Mayweather, supposedly trying to get into MMA, get into the octagon to fight. All right. So I've been seeing a couple of posts on social media. Saw some videos talking about it. I want to throw my 2 cents into this. So obviously, Floyd Mayweather last fought Conor McGregor last year. And let me tell you something about Conor McGregor and Floyd. When I was talking about that fight and the buildup of that fight, man, all of these trolls and white supremacists and suspected white supremacists were flooding my message, my comment section, my messages, flooding everything, talking about Conor McGregor is going to whoop, and destroy Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. Before the fight, obviously, trolls were heavy. Once the fight ended, trolls evaporated. They evaporated. But anyway, fast forward. That was in August of 2017. So fast forward to December of 2017. Now, in December of 2017, Dana White, who over the past few years have actually, he's talking trash about boxing and how boxing doesn't compare to MMA and this and that. When deep down inside he was a fan, he's always been a fan of the sport. So now he decides to go ahead and venture into boxing as a promoter. He has his own promotional company called Zuffa Boxing. He had a meeting with Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather last year, or actually last December, 2017. Okay? They talked about, obviously what they talked about wasn't disclosed to the public, but I would speculate Dana White, as well as Floyd Mayweather and Al Haymon both talked about venturing into each other's respective sports. Dana White is talking about going into boxing, into promoting fights, etc. And I can speculate. I don't know for sure, but I'm speculating Floyd and Al Haymon are trying to cross over into MMA to promote fights. So my thinking is this. So Floyd has been on social media posting this video here, which I'll play. Stuff like this.
2018, Floyd Money Mayweather, MMA. What are the odds, Patty? What are the odds?
Okay, so he mentioned what are the odds, Patty? What are the odds? Patty is an Irish bookmaker founded in 1988 in Dublin, Ireland. The company conducts business through a chain of licensed betting shops in Ireland and the United Kingdom, and by operating Ireland's largest telephone betting service. Interesting, right? He just fought Conor McGregor, who is from Ireland, and yet Floyd has an endorsement deal with Paddy Power, who is based in Ireland. Now, to me, that's genius. That's genius. That's marketing genius to me. So my thing is this. I think, first of all, Floyd will be a damn fool to go into the octagon and to do an official fight in MMA. He'll be a damn fool. He obviously said he was willing to go into he said, what if potentially he can go into the octagon and make, he said, billions of dollars. But at the same time, if he does that, he'll be a damn fool unless he controls the narrative, meaning that he has to control where the fight is going to take place, when it's going to take place, obviously the purse, who he's fighting, the rules. The rules, yes, the rules have to be more on the boxing side, even though it's MMA, right? He has to control 100% of the narrative. He's gonna hand select his opponent, and I doubt it would be somebody like Conor McGregor. I doubt it. All right, But my thing is that if he decides to go into the octagon, he has to control the narrative 1,000%. He has to. Otherwise, it'll be disastrous. So that's my first theory. If he does go into the octagon, he has to control the narrative 1,000%, controlling every aspect of the fight, even the outcome, which means it could be contrived. All right. My other theory is he wants to go into the realm of promoting fights in UFC and MMA. All right. UFC is the biggest entity in MMA. Remember, guys, MMA is the sport. Like boxing. Boxing doesn't have any governing bodies, but MMA has a privatized company like UFC. So they're the biggest in MMA, UFC. So I think he's willing to go into the profession of promoting fights in the UFC. That's number one. That's my other theory. And my previous theory would be that if he goes into an actual real fight, he has to control the narrative 1,000%, top to bottom. Now, the trolls and white supremacists out there and the MMA fanboys are already talking about Floyd is desperate for money. He's broke. Yada, yada, yada. When you put yourself out there, you are willing to get a lot of criticism, obviously, especially from the people who for years, for decades, will pay to see you lose. Right? Because, of course, the majority of the fights, as far as the people who watch Floyd Mayweather, are people who hate his guts and people who want to see him lose, who will pay top dollar to see him lose. That's what they thought they were getting with Conor McGregor last year in a boxing match, right? So, yeah, I mean, there's talks about Floyd and the Showtime executive, Steven Espinoza, talking about a fight. I believe him, Floyd, and Al Haymon, they talked about all aspects. Well, how much money would I get with a fight versus how much money would I get as a promoter? They talked about all aspects, and I'm pretty sure Dana White was in that room, or Dana White has some feedback or discussion with that. Right? So, again, like I said, if he decides to get into the realm of UFC and MMA and all that stuff, he has to have full control of everything, top to bottom. He's not going to just go in there and fight some random person. He is going to hand select that fighter. He's going to pick the venue, the size of the octagon, the gloves, the purse, who he's facing, the rules, everything has to go in his favor. All right? Including the outcome. So, yeah, family, those are my thoughts on that. I think, whatever the case may be, with Floyd venturing into the world of MMA, it's going to favor him top to bottom. It's going to favor him. And he's weighed his options with Al Haymon. So it's going to favor him. And people are also going to say, well, why he's not going back to boxing? Why is he not, I believe he feels as though he exhausted the sport of boxing. He wants to try something totally different. He's been in boxing and dominated the sport for over 20 years. So now he wants to cross over to something else. Floyd does what he wants to do. At the end of the day, he'll contradict himself. Say one thing and then do something completely different the other day. You know what I mean? Like, he will completely contradict himself. He's a walking contradiction. So he does what he wants to do, regardless of how people think about him. As long as his name is in your mouth and you're talking about him, he's fine with that. He is fine with that. And this is no better. So him going on to social media and talking about what if, while mentioning Paddy Power, an Ireland-based betting company, right? That lets you know this is all business for him. All business. So, yeah, family, those are my thoughts on that about Floyd potentially going into the world of MMA or UFC. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think he'll do? What if? What do you think he'll do in MMA and in UFC? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, family. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist. All my social media links will be down below in the description. Make sure you follow me. New to the channel, please subscribe. And please hit that bell icon for an upcoming video so you'll be the first to know. All right, family. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out.